Hello there, Vic Benedict here. We're playing Uncharted 3 Remastered on brutal difficulty. This is my guide and walkthrough. We're currently on chapter 7 of 22. It is entitled Stay in the Light. So, the title references the beginning of this where you need to ward off the bugs by staying in the torchlight, otherwise they will kill you. I didn't die here, so I don't think it's extremely much more difficult than it is on crushing. I think it's about the same. This chapter is, for the most part, pretty straightforward. I'm just really upset with this game and at the whole chapter select fiasco that's going on. I don't know why I didn't bring it up so much on my guide last time. I think I may have mistakenly been playing on crushing it sometimes because, you know, since I did not get the trophy for brutal difficulty last time, maybe I just assumed that I was playing on brutal, having gone through the chapter select screen, because I probably assumed that it was working the same way that it did in Uncharted 2, where you can restart a chapter on brutal as long as you get to like the first checkpoint on any particular stage, but absolutely no way to do it on this version of Uncharted. And please don't misunderstand that there was never any deception with the brutal guides last time. When the trophies didn't pop up, I knew they weren't going to pop up because I was switching difficulties, and I was switching difficulties to test certain parts to see the differences, so that I could make comments about any drastic changes that went on from crushing to brutal. And in so doing, I must have just, you know, messed up with the save. I have no problem going through brutal difficulty. You're gonna, this time around, you will see the trophy pop up. You saw it pop up on the guide that we just finished up with, Uncharted 2. So I'm quite used to brutal difficulty. Quite used to it. Okay, so it is going to be important that you grab a magnum for your own sake near the end of the stage, because there's going to be a point at which you're rather vulnerable. Oh, we already have it. Okay, so we already have it. Now, over here, you're going to get ambushed by two of these thugs, and while you're tapping circle with one combo, the other guy's going to try to grab you, so you just want to counter him. And then once these guys are finished up, you're going to drop the beam over here so that Sully can have a path over here to rejoin us. And then just come on over here, and then there's going to give you a couple checkpoints. So just hide behind the column, switch your shoulders, and then do the best you can with shooting him, because he doesn't tend to come out from where he is too much to the left. Now, at this point, the whole building, you know, is crumbling, so we're gonna have to take shelter behind this desk, and the wall is going to start deteriorating over here, and it's going to be an enemy waiting to fire at you. So be careful about him, because he can start shooting through the wall before it's completely down. So I think at about this point, we are going to be dealing with a brute. Now, there are heavies in this game, and then there are brutes. The heavies are the ones with the body armor. They look. I don't think they look as good. They don't look as threatening as they did in Uncharted 2, so I don't like them. The brutes are just large, brutish enemies that that they don't have body armor, but they're just, you know, they're flexing, kind of a hulking, you know, statuesque dudes that, you know, they take a pounding to put down. We're gonna be facing one over here in a moment's time, and so just bashing the door over here. Sully's gonna be next to your side over here, and then he's gonna take off. So even Sully doesn't want any part of the brute. Watch this. Yeah, Sully's like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. But the brutes aren't too bad. The only thing that I object to is that there are certain moves, like see that how I parried. Sometimes like the headbutt can't be parried. There's some moments when you can't parry attacks like that. I couldn't parry it, and I do realize that spamming it is not the best idea, but so then I, you know, with that realization intact, I try to press it at what I assume is the correct time, since it doesn't give you the prompt. But still, there doesn't seem to be any avoiding some attacks. Now, before you go downstairs, I would recommend trying to locate the two guys that are waiting for you downstairs, because you don't get a checkpoint quite yet. So be careful. You don't want to do the brute fight over. He's not hard. He really isn't difficult. But you've got this guy to deal with, and then you've got the one guy up there shooting shit at us. Look at all this clipping. Can you believe that? Look at all of that. Look, he should have been dead so long. Look, can you believe that? Like, can you really believe that? Dog shit. The fuck, man? Fucking shit town, motherfucker. I'm fucking pissed watching that over again. Okay, now it's helpful over here to have the Magnum, because your foot's gonna get caught in the floorboards over here, and you've got to kill two enemies really quickly. Really quickly. There's the one and then the other. I reset the checkpoint after I killed that second guy, and then it gave me a checkpoint, and you might have wondered, why did you reset it? Well, because I kept missing the second guy and it looked bad, so I wanted to, you know, I want to have good footage for people to watch. So that was why you saw the crossfade there, because it gave me an unwanted checkpoint. And that's been a consistent theme so far. You guys are giving me too many checkpoints, you know, when I don't, when the player doesn't need them, you know. Make it more consistent, you know. Don't make me fight 1,000 enemies without a checkpoint, you know, and then, you know, make me just fight 4 enemies and give me a checkpoint in between 2 of them, you know, in between the second and third ones, you know. And that goes on in this game too. It's unbelievable at times. Alright, so there's going to be a bathtub that falls down over here. Now the enemies are over here to the right. Now you saw one that was straight ahead, but that's only because it was there before I got my checkpoint. And these guys are a bit of rushers too, so the only real problem about this part is that it's very difficult to see where enemies are. I'm not sure why Sully just did a belly flop right over there. I'm not sure. He must have been you know, under some pretty hot duress. But we're just gonna push some folks off the building because they deserve to be down below. Another problem is enemies shooting through deteriorating walls. Another issue. But I think we're all pretty much good in, you know, good in the hood, as they say. We're all good. and eventually we'll have a little ramp to go on up here, and then we'll be fleeing for our safety, and then be going over to chapter 8, which is called the Citadel, and we're going to be doing some combat and some stealth on that chapter. So mostly a spectacle-driven chapter with you know, with a couple of unwanted checkpoints, but you know, it didn't give us too many problems. I'm hoping now, if you don't have a magnum when your foot gets stuck there, it's highly possible to kill those guys quickly with the arm micro, or you know, any other weapon you have. The you know, the magnum just kills them really quickly with one shot each. So that looks like it's a wrap, guys. I will see you in chapter 8. Take care.